Disclaimer: this video contains excessive profane language. If you have children in the room, or if you're easily offended by such language, please refrain from watching the video. I don't want you to subject yourself to tireless typing to explain to me why you don't like my speech. Have a good day.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? I have a couple of things that I'm going to discuss on tonight, though. Okay, I need all of y'all to be in attendance to my live show that I'm going to be having tonight. I want to have a little bit of a discussion with you guys. We're going to be talking about Elton Sterling, and we're also going to be talking about Philandro Castile. Those are the two men. If you haven't been on social media in the last 24 hours, you probably wouldn't know about this, but those are the two men that were recently gunned down by police, one in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the other in Minnesota. We're going to discuss those things tonight. I didn't want to include those on this video because I feel like I have a lot to say about this, and I would rather us have a general discussion about it live tonight. I don't know what time, but if you're not following me on my Thick Chick Vlogs page, I need you guys to check the description box. Make sure you follow my like page. You can add me as a friend on the regular Thick Chick Vlogs page, but I would suggest you follow me on the like page instead, because it takes me some time to accept all of the friend requests that I do get on my Facebook page, the regular Facebook page. So again, make sure you're following me on my Thick Chick Vlog page. It's going to be the very first link down in the description box, okay? Like I said, we're going to be live tonight, and we're just going to be having a discussion because I got a lot of information that I want to talk about, and I don't want to be rambling on this video. I would rather do it live when I'm able to talk to y'all. Now, this video right here, what we're going to be talking about, first of all, I have a lot of irrelevant ass motherfucking topics, but the first thing that I want to talk about is Wendy fucking Williams, okay? Y'all know Wendy Williams just gets on my last motherfucking nerve, okay? She gets on my last fucking nerve. Let me just tell you that right here, right now. And it's not because she's a gossiper or anything like that. It's just something about Wendy Williams that irks my fucking nerve. And the shit that she said yesterday really got underneath my skin, and it just made me just look at her as even worse than I looked at her before. I don't hate Wendy Williams because I don't fucking know her, okay? I don't know her to hate her or anything like that. It's just some of the shit that she says it's so extra. And the ignorance that she spewed yesterday kind of sealed the deal for me. This woman said if she was white, she would be offended because we have historically black colleges and universities, and we have the NAACP. What if they had historically white colleges and universities? What if they had a National Association for the Advancement of White People? Are you a fucking idiot? Maybe you need a history lesson on the reason why historically black colleges and universities were even created. Did you know that your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your great-great-grandparents, they were not allowed to go to regular colleges, what we would consider to be white colleges back then, okay? They were not allowed higher education because, number one, you got white people that didn't want to teach our black ass. They didn't want to even sit next to our black ass. You think they wanted us to go to their schools? So we had to create our own. And historically black colleges and universities, it wasn't about excluding the white man. Never. Okay? Because there are white people that go to historically black colleges and universities. It was never about excluding white people. It was about black people being able to get the same education as a white person, okay? That's why we had to create our own schools, because they were not allowing us to go to schools that were predominantly white. Wendy Williams. That's why historically black colleges and universities were created. Not to be any type of racial thing towards white people. It was because we weren't allowed to mesh with white people. And when black people did go to historically white colleges, because they were historically white colleges, it wasn't black people. Just because it doesn't have the name historically white colleges and universities, they were white colleges. If you took your black ass there, you know what was going to happen? They were going to spit on your ass. They was going to push you down. Hell, they probably would have kidnapped your ass and hung you. You even had the teachers that were refusing to teach the black students. They made them sit in the back of the classroom, and they gave them a book, and they would have to teach their fucking self. So that's why historically black colleges and universities were created. Not to exclude the white man again. It was because we wanted higher education ourselves. But we weren't allowed to go to regular colleges. So you need to sit your ass down on that. And as far as the NAACP, Miss Wendy Williams, do you think your black ass will be able to be sitting in that chair that you're sitting in talking shit about something that you obviously know nothing about if it wasn't for the NAACP fighting for the rights of black folk? Do you think that? Do you think you would be able to be working for demand right now if it wasn't for the NAACP and if it wasn't for historically black colleges and universities? Hell fucking no. So Wendy, what you need to do, you need to stick to gossip and stop trying to speak on shit that you know nothing, shit that actually matters. You need to just stick to the gossip, okay? Because you're fucking ignorant. And that was an ignorant ass fucking statement to even fucking say, okay? That you would be offended if you were white if they had historically black colleges and universities. And then you were side-eyeing the audience. You was like, oh, nobody's gonna... Of course it was quiet because they realized that you were a fucking idiot. The shit that was coming out of your mouth was stupid. It was dumb, okay? Pure foolishness. Because again, if you knew anything about your black history, you would know why historically black colleges and universities were created. And it's more to that. But if we're going to give like the general reason, it's because our black ass wasn't able to go to school with the white folk. So we had to create our own shit. And again, white people were allowed to go to historically black colleges and universities, but we weren't allowed to go to white people's schools, if that's what you want to consider them to be. Because that's what they were. Even if they aren't considered to be historically white colleges and universities. Wendell fucking Williams. Stick to the gossip. Leave the important topics alone. Because obviously, you ignorant to certain things. That's it and that's all. Ciara and Russell Wilson were married on yesterday, July 6th, in Liverpool, England. They got married in some big, beautiful castle. They were in front of close family and friends. And she looked beautiful. He looked handsome. And congratulations to Ciara and Russell Wilson. What I will say is the fact that I think Ciara was low-key reaching on something that she did a couple of days ago. She was basically saying that she thinks Future has the potential to murder Russell Wilson. Girl talking about some of his lyrics or some shit talking about you want to fuck my baby mama. You gonna make me go get my heat and pull up. Girl, okay, you should sit down on that whole situation right there. Because I know Future be doing some extra shit sometimes. But girl, okay, I honestly and truly, I don't think he's to the point where he talking about he gonna murder Russell Wilson or no shit like that. So girl, just enjoy your marriage, okay? You leave Future ass where the fuck he at. Let him have his visitation with his son, because you definitely should not be trying to keep him away from his son. Let him do that. You enjoy your marriage. You ain't got to deal with Future just as far as communicating as far as your son is concerned. That's it and that's all. Enjoy your life, girl, your new married life with your new husband. Move on. I want to ask you guys a question. Anybody who thought the shit that Jesse Williams said during the BET Awards, if you thought that shit was racist, raise your hand. Crickets? Oh, okay. I want anybody who's watching this video who thought that anything that Jesse Williams said at the BET Awards to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Oh, okay. So for the people who have started a petition for the producers to remove Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy because they felt like the things that he said on the BET Awards were racist, you need to have several seats. And I'm pretty sure the only people who had a problem with the things that he said are racist folk, because nothing that Jesse Williams said was racist. Okay, there's nothing that he said was racist, and the only people that took offense to the shit that he said were the people that it applied to. If it didn't apply to you, you would not be upset about the shit that he said, because nothing that he said was offensive. Okay, nothing that he said was offensive. Kind of like Black Lives Matter. I know people have their own feelings about Black Lives Matter. They feel like Black Lives Matter is they're a cult of people who they're ignorant. They basically think that the people who are the supporters of Black Lives Matter, they think they're ignorant, and they feel like, all lives matter. But let me tell you this: if all lives mattered, okay, we wouldn't have to have Black Lives Matter. Okay, my thing is this: they put up several videos, and I'm going to talk about this on my live show. So again, if you're not set up with the notifications to where you get the notifications for when I go live, I definitely suggest that you set up the notifications here on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. I know you can probably unsubscribe and probably resubscribe and hit the notification thing or something like that. Or you, like I said, you can always just follow me on my Thick Chick Vlogs like page, and I will always announce when I am live on here, okay? It's probably going to be sometime around 6:30 or something like that, but I will definitely let the people know who are on my Facebook page when I am going live. But there were several videos that was put on Facebook side by side, the murders of Black men at the hands of police officers versus very hostile white men or women who were in the same type of, or even worse, confrontations with the police officers. There were several videos put up where these police officers they had major restraint when it came to the person of a lighter skin tone. Major restraint. But when it comes to the Black man, it's almost as though they were afraid, okay? They were afraid at what the Black man, I guess, might do, to the point where they automatically used lethal force. The difference is the police, for some reason, they feel like it's okay to use a taser on some people as opposed to Black folk. They feel like it's okay to just pull their gun out and actually end a Black person's life versus, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that police officers don't use tasers on Black people. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. But what I am saying is it's more prone that they're going to shoot a certain group of people, okay, because I don't know, maybe they're afraid, maybe that there's some type of fear there because the perception that they have of Black people versus other people. You got some people of other ethnicities that'll charge at the police and they'll tase them. But if a person of another ethnicity, a Black person, charges at the police officer, you're probably going to walk away from, you're not going to walk away from there. You're going to roll away from there on a gurney, headed to the morgue. It's just a fact. But like I said, we're going to talk about that tonight. Make sure you're tuned in and all that good stuff, okay? Now, last but definitely not least, what we're going to talk about Joseline and all this shit that's going on with the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta people, okay? Joseline, apparently, she announced on her social media on Instagram that she was expecting a baby. She announced, she put up a picture of her stomach. Her stomach was poked out. To me, it looked like she was low-key poking her stomach out. But anyway, she said, Lil Joseline. So apparently she's pregnant. And yesterday, she confirmed that CBJ is actually the father of her baby. He actually responded, before she said that he was the father of her baby, he responded that in due time, okay, the truth will come out. Basically saying that this bitch lied all the fucking time. You will see eventually that this bitch is fucking lying. But the thing that's killing me is the fact that when Stevie said this, she went on this Instagram rant basically saying how CBJ's father is a child molester, CBJ is also a child molester, and all of this other shit. I'm not even going to read this whole spiel. You can go to my Thick Chick Vlogs Facebook page and you can read it for yourself. But my thing is this, Miss Joseline, and like I said, if CBJ is guilty of any of this stuff, he needs to be prosecuted. But at the end of the day, if you knew that CBJ was a child molester, why the fuck are you on Instagram talking about this stuff instead of going to the police, okay? You're just as bad as him if you knew that he was doing this type of shit and you haven't said anything, okay? I don't believe a motherfucking thing that you say, bitch, because everything that come out of your fucking mouth has been a fucking lie this entire season, okay? I don't trust your motherfucking ass. I don't trust none of y'all hoes. The same goes for Mimi. I don't trust none of y'all hoes. And she even spoke out once Joseline announced that she was pregnant, basically calling her a crazy bitch, etc., etc. But my thing is this, Mimi, weren't you and Joseline cool? And now all of a sudden you think she's a crazy bitch because she might be one of the new baby mamas of Stevie J? I don't know. Seem like you may be feeling some type of way, girl. I don't know, Mimi. But my thing is this, if it doesn't really matter to you, as you said, then you probably shouldn't have said a motherfucking thing. But let's talk about this other chick. There's this other girl who calls herself Leela James. I'm pretty sure this is a fake account. But she posted a photograph of herself with Eva, which is Mimi and Stevie J's daughter. And basically she said that she was Mimi's nanny for 2 years. Mimi actually fired her once the whole sex tape thing came out. And she was basically saying how Eva used to come home with her between her legs being red and she was burning when she was urinating, basically insinuating that these things happened after she came from Stevie J's house. Lady, you mean to tell me if you were Eva's nanny and you were her caregiver and you were the person who was bathing her, and when she came from her father's house, she was red between her legs and she was burning when she was urinating, and you decided 2 years later to go on Instagram and basically tell Mimi to tell the truth about the shit that happened? Bitch, why didn't you go to the cops? Because if I'm babysitting someone and they come over and I'm giving them a bath and I look between their legs when I'm bathing them and I see that they're red and their little stuff is just swollen, something happened to that baby. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to wait 2 years and go on Instagram and basically try to put somebody on blast. What I'm going to do at that very moment, when I see that it appears that child has been touched, what I'm going to do, what Thick Chick Vlogs is going to do, is Thick Chick Vlogs is going to go to the police and I'm going to report this shit to the cops. So I think all of y'all motherfucking ass is sick as fuck for even dragging this baby into this type of shit. All of y'all sick as fuck. Period, point blank, exclamation point. She doesn't have a choice. She doesn't have a voice to basically tell y'all that she don't want to be pulled into this type of shit. So I think all of y'all are fucked up for that. And like I said, if either one of y'all is fucking lying, y'all need to be locked the fuck up and sued, because this ain't no shit to be joking about. I ain't saying, I'm just motherfucking saying. Again, tonight you guys join me. Make sure you're following me on my Thick Chick Vlogs Facebook page. I will be live tonight where we will be discussing the Elton Sterling case as well as the Philandro Castile case. Like I said, I'm trying to get as much information as I possibly can so we can discuss it, and basically we can talk about the shit that's going on in the community, family. Like I said, we are all one racist cop away from becoming a fucking hashtag. I ain't saying, I'm just fucking saying. Follow me on Facebook. We're going to discuss this shit live tonight. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoy my videos, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.